trying to get quite so much penetration. Makes him stay at home now and then.
Banks left and Lewis to the right. Third and long. The blitz is on. Basana gets it away and intended for Brian Williams, but instead it is picked off. Vito McKeever has his first interception of the year playing that left cornerback. And that's the first big break of the game as McKeever takes the ball back to the 29-yard line.
Bad choice by Basana at that stage. Brian Williams was running a sideline or a drag out type of a pattern. You'll see him in the center pushing off the linebacker to that side. Second man in. Now he'll start coming into view. The first man downfield really isn't in the picture. That's Mark Lewis. But as he goes to the sideline, the ball's thrown a little short. Two men over there. Nice play by Vito McKeever.
And that's only the 9th interception of the year. This is the 16th ball game for Fred Basana. A first down at the 30-yard line, and they give the ball to Williams, and Williams gets maybe a yard or so.
Big turnover right here as far as Michigan is concerned with good field position. You mentioned the 9th interception by Basana. It's only the 10th interception of the secondary of Michigan that has been decimated over there. Oliver Davis on the other corner, number 21, is the only secondary starter from training camp. So they've used a lot of different personnel back there, but they've now given the Michigan offense great field position.
When you and I last saw them, they had Clarence Chapman, David Greenwood, and John Arnott back there, along with Davis. It's all changed because of injury and trade. Here's Broughton out of the backfield in motion on second down long, and Lacey's going to be thrown for a loss. Browning is one of the men, and the other man is Tim Moore.
Moore got pretty good penetration there. Dave Browning played it well. They wanted to go with the draw action. There's Dave Browning working on Tony Osmond. Browning coming off to make the tackle and slap it down, but very alert play on his part as he shed the offensive tackle, used his hands well there, and then moved to the play.
They need some yardage for Boyovich. As good as Novo is, he'd be kicking into a rather strong wind. Playing a lot on the backfield, coming out as a third wide receiver, number 24. Give the ball to John Williams. John Williams is looking for some running room and does not get it because Kenny Daniel put him down at the 28. So it's 4th down and 8, and that means after the interception of McKeever to the 30 in 3 downs, Michigan picks up 2 yards and will go to their bench. And we'll go to, let's see, here comes Novo Boyovich out on the field.
You know, you go back to that first drive too, Jim, where the Invaders held them at the goal line, forced Michigan to settle for a field goal. So that defense has played very steady here this afternoon.
This drive will be, or I should say the field goal will be 47 yards between the 40 and 49. Novo is very good, 5 of 7. But remember, there is a wind slightly across, but essentially in his face. 47-yard field goal attempt. Novo from 47 out. Is it good? It is good. And Boyovich does it again. He has all 6 points.
A little dance as he moves off the field.
An 18-yarder with the win, a 47-yarder against the win, and it is 7-6. Those 3 points, the direct result of the McKeever interception of Basana. 23, they're the deep men. 7-6 to score, 9:07 to go in the half. Good ball game, isn't it? And this is Mark Lewis back at the 1-yard line, and he picks it up. 10, he's going to get across the 20 at least, and up to about the 28-yard line, and a flag goes down. And mixing it up in there is number 59, Dean Moore, and I think he thinks that somebody did something to Mark Lewis. Lenny Patrick also in there for Michigan.
I'll tell you, Mark Lewis got up that field in a hurry. Once he fielded that football, boy, did he turn it on.
Face mask apparently is going to be charged against Michigan. That's what it is. Dave Kamansky gives us the word.
I was going to say it looked like it was a face mask down there, the way he spun his head around.
We're in the Bay Area, Oakland, California. And don't you think the people out here aren't reading of those tragic tornadoes in the Midwest, reading of the heat wave on the East Coast and saying, haven't we got the weather here?
Face
and they
mask,
do.
Defense. First down.
And I said that because Don Heinrich lives around here.
Yes, and I'm glad I live here. You're absolutely right when I read about that. Here's a face mask action coming upfield with the football. Mark Lewis steps up inside. There it is, right there. You see the reach in. His head comes around, and that's what caused the penalty as well as the little scuffle afterwards.
Banks and Lewis to the same side again. They've been showing us that formation much of the day. 7-6 Oakland. They've got the ball first down at their own 34. And as Bassano figured out here to Mark Lewis, like the speed he saw last time, Vito McKeever, who had the interception that set up the last field goal, ran him out of bounds as he gets to about the 40-yard line. That's a pickup of 6, 2nd and 4.
Jim, that little play right there, the little screen move out to Lewis where he steps upfield, drops back, and they get one man out in front of him, could be a prelude to him setting up a possible pass off of that, because Mark Lewis was a high school quarterback. They have that in their bag of tricks.
Lewis this time wide to the right. Banks left. 2nd and 4. That is Jordan. And Jordan barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. He is absolutely buried there. Larry Bethea leading the attack. Former Dallas Cowboy. So give him a yard. Give him a yard. 3rd down and 3 from the 42.
The Invaders moving their offense around quite a bit. They had success when they drove for the touchdown, essentially throwing the football. They've kept it honest by some running plays, but they've used the Statue of Liberty, and they've used that quick screen action to wide receiver.
This is the Invaders' last home game. They won the last 4 in a row. And here's Newton. He's going to pick up the first down. Even though he fell, Tom Newton gets across the 45-yard line. Down to the other side now, and Lewis gets away and picks up 7 or 8 yards and moves into Michigan territory. Check that. That's Banks, and the flag is down. David Tipton peeled back. But we're having a lot of flags thrown, and
They've been a little bit flag happy here this afternoon in this football game.
Lavassa's upset because it is against the Invaders. So Gordon Banks has caught a ball in every one of the Invaders games that have been played in their year-and-a-half history. And he continued that streak today, as did Mike Cobb for the Michigan Panthers.
Well, Chuck Hutchinson said that they were going to pull out all stops this afternoon. That time the quick screen to the other side, so he's tried it once to each wide receiver, and they still got some more.
Illegal block above the waist, number 72.
That is
First
Dale
down.
Markham, the tallest man in the USFL at 6'9". No problem seeing Markham at 6'9".
Well, you'll see him come from the left side of the screen. Number 72, you said it, 6'9", 290 pounds as he comes flying across. And it's bright sunshine, but he'll blot it out.
1st and 20 from the 36. 7-6 Oakland. Jordan looking for somewhere to go and gets a few yards, and that is about all. Dragged down as he went by Mike Edwards, a reserve linebacker out of Oklahoma State, where Jim Stanley, the Panther coach, used to be the head coach. So put the ball down at the 38-yard line. By the way, this is inconsequential to most of you watching, but as a broadcaster, we applaud the Oakland Invaders. You know why? They've made a change in their numbers, and that you can see them this year, as opposed to a year ago you could sit here and they'd have to wear flags to say my name is. But now they have changed the numbers, and they're very clear to all of us, and for that we are grateful. 2nd down and 18, and a little mix up here. Lavas is pointing the other way, saying that's not me.
Dave Tipton says yes it is. He's the nose tackle across from him. We'll see what the official interpreted as. I don't know how the center can move unless he adjusted the football.
Mansky, what I say, offside. That's going to be Michigan. So that'll be 2nd down and 13. The old joke, all linemen are taught, whether offense or defense, if they're wrong, point at the other person immediately.
Certainly. The other thing they're told many, many times is don't watch the other lineman, the offensive lineman. Watch the football. And obviously Tipton did not.
6:37 to go. First half from Oakland. It's 7-6 the Invaders, and they've got 2nd down and 13 to go from their own 43. Here's Bassano. Look out. He rolls away from there and now drills the ball to Gordon Banks, and Banks is across the midfield stripe to about the 48-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down and 4 to go. put down there by Ray Bentley again, along with Robert Pennywell. Two good inside linebackers.
And the first man to him, Pennywell, that got a piece of him. Excellent move by Banks as he did a full 360, as quick as he is, and picked up about 4 or 5 more out of that play. Good job by Basana, too, getting not only out of trouble, but to find somebody open in Banks.
If Oakland should lose today, they are out of the playoff picture. Michigan should lose today, they could still get a playoff spot by winning the last 2. Third down 3, Basana short drop and gets the ball away, and that is Jordan, and he's got a first down. Jordan hung on to by Tom Moriarty, the strong safety, filling in for David Greenwood, was out with knee surgery, and it's a first down at the 43-yard line.
And another big play by Basana as Basana is getting inside pressure. You'll see as he drops back, coming right up the slot, that's 58, Will Coakley, the linebacker, that takes him down, but just a little too late as he dumps it off to Jordan before Moriarty, the safety, can recover, keeping this drive alive.
Michigan using a lot of 4-down linemen. They usually have a 3-4, but they've been playing a lot of 4-down linemen. And now a reverse coming this way is Lewis. Gets away from one man. Lewis is inside the 40 and gets inside the 35. Beautiful run by Lewis. One man had him in the backfield, got away from him. Another man had him at the 40, and he got inside the 35.
Well, Mike Edwards is the linebacker on the left of your screen. The play will start out to the right. There's the second handoff to Lewis coming back to the left. You'll see 53 right there. That's the linebacker. He misses. Some good running. Nice block out in front of it. 64 right there is Tracy Franz. But not only the gain where they got a little over 9 yards, but it keeps the pursuit of that defense at home so that some of their other runs are more effective, and the Invaders pulling out all the tricks, Jim.
And remember, he may stop with one of his reverses sometime and throw the ball, as you indicated. Second down, about a half a yard to go. And they're going to give it to Newton, and he's got that and more. Oh my, he buried Ron Osborne. Ran right over the free safety. First down inside the 25-yard line. 7-6 Oakland, and they're on the move.
Well, Tom Newton, I'll tell you, is a load in there at 6 feet, 230 pounds. He came off that left side. Head coach Chuck Hutchinson says he has come on of late, that he is averaging a little better than 4 yards a carry. Up until this game, he was less than that, his total overall average. But he gets the hard yards, and he punished Osborne.
Banks left, Lewis right, first down. And they give it to Newton again, and Newton again runs over Osborne and then by him. First down at the 9-yard line. Ron Osborne doesn't care if Newton retires right at halftime. His last 2 plays, he has really been punished.
I'll tell you one thing, Osborne knows what his number is. His number is 45. You'll see him come to the right of your screen, now the left, as we turn it around. Now watch the cutback right there. Over pursuit, down the middle. Here comes 23 Osborne. Boom. Hello, Mr. Osborne. Well, forget you. I'm moving on down, get a few more yards. Deep in Michigan territory.
Inside the 10-yard line, leading by a point. Invaders looking for more. Trying to win their 7th in a row and stay alive. And Eric Jordan carries, and Jordan's down to about the 5-yard line. Second down and goal to go. And with the Invaders playing as they are, you wonder about Chuck Hutchinson, because Charlie Sumner, the head coach next year, with whom we hope to talk at halftime, is the coach next year. Does Hutchinson stay out as an assistant, go back to player personnel, or on the fact that he's won 6 in a row, maybe some other team in the league might say, hey, he might make us a good head coach. But his future is in doubt. Charlie Sumner, with whom we'll talk at halftime, he's got the job for next year. Second down and 5. Banks wide left. Basana looking for Lewis, and Lewis can't get it. I said Lewis, that's Jordan out of the backfield. Beg your pardon. Kyle Borland was there. It's 20, not 80.
And Kyle Borland, as a linebacker, his responsibility is to cover Eric Jordan. That is a mismatch with Jordan's speed at 4.4 and a linebacker trying to cover him. Borland did exactly what you should do as a linebacker. He popped him as he came out of the backfield, took away his momentum just enough so that the ball had to be thrown to the outside. As a result, Basana missed him.
Ryan Williams had to readjust the headgear of Tom Newton. Newton must have taken a shot in trying to block. 3rd and 5, 3rd and goal. Now looping it over here and over everybody. And Oliver Davis was back there with Gordon Banks. And now they're going to have to go for a field goal. Kevin Shea coming onto the field. Well, we talked about this. We talked to Chuck Hutchinson. Do you have a fake field goal? And he said, well, I tell you one thing. Woody Hayes, who coached him at Ohio State, said if you're going to have it, make up your mind before the game you'll use it, and then either do it or don't. But don't make up your mind in the middle of the game and then agonize over what you did. We'll see here whether there's going to be a chip shot of 22 yards or a fake. Well, I'll tell you what, it is not a fake. And for 22 yards out, it is no good. Shea has given them very inconsistent. He is now only 500 on the year. And after moving all the way down to 2nd down and 5 for the goal and the touchdown, Kevin Shea misses a 22-yard field goal. And Oakland still leads, but we've only seen them once all year. That was when their lights went out down in San Antonio against the Pittsburgh Maulers, who won only 3. But I guarantee you, Pittsburgh under Ellis Rainsberger, with a new coach coming in there also, are playing great football. They outplayed the Stars last Monday, only to lose in the last couple of minutes. 7-6 our score, close to the 2-minute mark. And Whit Taylor's got the ball. Puts it up, and it's Anthony Allen, first down at the 32-yard line. 1:55 to go, and they're going to call the 2-minute warning right here. 2 minutes, 1:55 to go in the half. Oakland leading by a point. Field goal for Philadelphia to beat Denver. Ken Hobart did an outstanding job starting for them as quarterback. Meanwhile, Arizona and Jacksonville. Arizona now scored about 90-some points in the last 2 games. They blasted Jacksonville last night 45-14 to stay in the playoff picture. 1:55 to go. First half. We're at Oakland. The ball's at the 32-yard line. Michigan has the ball.
And that had to be a crucial 3-point miss by Shea that would put him up by 4 just prior to this halftime.
I know the 3 points you'd expect, but they've not been getting good field goal kicking from Shea. It was only 50%. Whether or not Chuck Hutchinson might have thought, gee, maybe I should have. Well, he made his choice, and it didn't happen. Here is Taylor in trouble. Taylor in deep trouble, gets the ball away and over the head of Albert Bentley. There was a man there, Bentley, coming out of the backfield. Taylor out of Vanderbilt showing outstanding footwork there.
Boy, did he ever, because he was under heavy siege dancing around in there. He did a good job of just getting it off to keep it 2nd and 10 instead of 2nd and about 16 or 17.
That's going to be a trivia question down the line for the year at least. Who was the man that replaced Bobby Hebert when for the first time in Michigan Panther history he did not start because of bad knees? Answer, Whit Taylor.
The Vandy Dandy.
The Vandy Dandy. Oh,
sure.
2nd down. There goes Allen in motion. Taylor with time now, drills it. And there's Derek Martin putting down number 29, Derek Holloway. Derek puts down Derek. They spell it differently, but that's the first time that Holloway's been loose, and that is his 55th catch of the year.
Loose zone to the outside there. You see kind of a man-for-man coverage. It's actually a zone as the deep man in the middle with that 5 defensive backs is Frank Duncan.
Now a little swing pass out here, and Lenny Patrick battles his way for about 5 yards. In the tying touchdown drive of 80 yards a week ago, Lenny Patrick, a rookie out of Alabama, caught 3 balls for 43 of their 80 yards. Time has been called by Michigan on the field. We've got 1:24 to go. 2nd and 5 Michigan. They trail by a point. Ball club up top. They led briefly at 3-0. Then it was 7-3 and 7-6. Could have been 10-6, but Shea missed that 22-yard chip shot field goal with the wind at his back. 2nd down 5. Anthony Allen in motion. Taylor, short drop. Oh, it's almost picked off. Almost picked off by Darrell Hart, intended for Derek Holloway. Hart, the rookie out of Lane College, almost had his first interception.
Well, that's twice that Darryl Hart has been in excellent position. Right there, the ball's going to be forced a little bit. You see Whit Taylor coming off the side, but super anticipation by Hart. 2 times today that he's had his mitts on one, but couldn't quite come up with it.
And now Ken O'Neill checks in, and Cobb trots off the field at the last moment on 3rd down and 5. Taylor puts it up long for Anthony Allen, and it's out of bounds off the sidelines. Hart was back there with him. It's 4th down and 5, and apparently the Invaders have dodged the bullet here toward the end of the first half.
The Invaders utilizing a lot of stunts up front with their defensive line, and when they get long yardage situations, they like to try and stir up that offense a bit, make those offensive linemen have to struggle as they're looping those tackles and ends around, and has created some problems.
That is Mark Lewis's deep. Skip Johnston, who's been punting, this is his 3rd. He is the 5th punter this year for Michigan. All brought about, of course, by the injury to David Greenwood, their good strong safety. And this is the 5th one. No flags. Johnson, oh, terrible kick. Awful kick.
Shanker
Barely got back to the line of scrimmage, and maybe 4, 5, 7 yards more.
He shanked that. Boy, that's like your golf game. You ever hit one of those, you know, you start thinking about it. He'd go to the sideline that way. I'll tell you what, right now the Invaders, with 1:09 to go and several timeouts available, they could move into position. Watch the drop here. See, it comes off the side, and he hits it clear almost off of the ankle. You see him, he knows that he did it. Nobody knows better than the kicker. Everybody's looking at him. He comes to the sideline, tries to find a place on the bench where nobody will bug him about it.
He doesn't want to talk about a total of 11 yards pickup on the kick. 11 yards only. From the 35-yard line, Basana, who's throwing a touchdown pass, gets this one away. Flag is down, downfield, thrown all the way down at the 30-yard line, about 10 yards behind anybody else. And that could mean an illegal block or chuck down the field, as Newton caught the ball for about a 6-yard pickup.
You know, Jim, you look at this Michigan football team, and it is going to be against Michigan. But a year ago, we saw them on several occasions. We caught them earlier this year. They just don't look like the same football team out there.
No, they don't. And Jim Stanley has said, and you can see it is an illegal chuck or block.
You know, they don't show the same kind of rhythm with their football team.
Well, the offensive line, as we all know, has been torn apart, but we all know that there have been 9 players who have asked for renegotiation of contract.
Defense number 52.
That's on Kyle Borland. 1st down.
Well, it's Brian Williams, number 81, the tight end, with Kyle Borland, the linebacker. You see Borland got his hands all over him, pushing him around. You can't do that 5 yards past the line of scrimmage, or if the man gets parallel to you. But, you know, like you mentioned, 9 injuries there. Michigan has 11 different players in the lineup than what they had against Oakland the last time they played them.
1st down from the 40-yard line after the holding penalty. Asana over the middle for Williams, and almost intercepted by several men. First of all, it was Coakley, went off his hands, then Moriarty had a shot at it. And it's 2nd down and 10.
Well, Brian Williams is just going to come shallow from the right side of your screen. And really, Basana puts too much on this one. There's too much velocity. Despite the fact that it's high, you see Williams popping up in the air, then Borland, and then one more try over there as Coakley trying to get a piece of it. But that ball was thrown so hard, nobody could get it. Hot potato.
2nd down and 10, 55 seconds to go in the 1st half. Oakland by a point, and that's Newton. He'll pick up some yardage. Newton's going to get out of bounds, run out of bounds by Futrell across the way after a pickup of 4 yards to the 44-yard line. 3rd down and 6, and 50 seconds left on the clock.
And you notice that Futrell, who is a nickel back in that Michigan secondary, he learned something earlier watching Newton run that football and run over Ron Osborne at free safety. He didn't try and take him. He just shoved him out of bounds.
The Invaders are the real story. Remember when they came up against Washington and neither team had won a ball game and Washington won it? And then they said, that's it. The Invaders are the worst team in football in the USFL. They have since won 6 in a row. They're a point ahead in their quest for a 7th in a row. Vasana has his man, but can't get the ball to Banks. Banks made the good dive for it at the 44-yard line.
And Vasana unhappy with himself because Banks got open so quick on a sideline pattern, straight upfield, then he'll break it right directly into your living room, right there to the outside. Defensive back, never in the picture. Oliver Davis, but Vasana letting it go in a hurry, threw it errantly.
Talley to kick the ball away. Broughton is deep at the 15-yard line. Talley has the wind at his back. So the poor punt. A skip jump. Oops, look out. Almost blocked, but gets the ball away. And Broughton calls for a fair catch inside the 20-yard line at the 12. And with 38 seconds to go, the Panthers are in trouble there. The 20. Either one was in preference to what he did. Now straight ahead goes Lenny Patrick. Lenny weighs 182, but is only 5 feet 7 inches tall. And when you played for the late Paul Bear Bryant of Alabama, or was a running back, you were one of about a half a dozen, or maybe even a dozen he used every single season. He never stuck with one man.
You are so right. You used to watch them play on TV or in person, and they'd come at you with so many running backs that it was unbelievable. Most clubs didn't have that many in a roster.
Well, this first half is over, and you'll hear the gun right about now. And it has been Oakland down 3-0, came back, took the 7-3 lead, and then led 7-6, and then O'Shea missed a chance to go up by the score of 10-6. So at the half, 7-6, Oakland by a point.
And the Philadelphia Stars. First quarter, Denver back to punt, but the snap goes over the punter's head. Brian Spielman says, oops, I'm in trouble. He gets the ball in the end zone, throws it out the side. That's a safety, 2-0 Philadelphia. Second quarter, rookie quarterback Kenny Hobart, first start for the Denver Gold, 6-yard draw play. Denver leads at 7-2, but later in the half, Kelvin Bryant, who finished with 194 yards for the night, his best night running the football as a pro, goes 20 yards for a touchdown. Look at the footwork along the sidelines. 8-7 Philadelphia. Third quarter, Bryant does it again, this time from 10 yards. Out it's 15-7 Philly. Fourth quarter now, 18-13. The Stars hanging on, but Harry Sidney gives Denver a 19-18 lead with a 1-yard plunge. But with 8 seconds remaining, David Trout attempting a 19-yard field goal. The snap is down, the kick is up. Forget it. Philadelphia runs its record to 15-1. A last-second victory over the upset-minded Denver Gold, 21-19. And then last night at Sun Devil Stadium in Tempe, Arizona, big game for the Arizona Wranglers and their playoff hopes. First quarter with the score 7-0 Arizona. The Wranglers fake the field goal. Backup quarterback Alan Risher keeps it and runs for a first down. Eventually, Kevin Long scored his second touchdown, 14-0 Wranglers early. Matt Robinson tried to rally the Jacksonville Bulls, but Luther Bradley, who once had 6 interceptions in one game, has an easy interception here and a 13-yard return.